Hello, everybody, here at Regan's Corner Sports Network. We got a special guest for you today. We got the Liberto from Penn High School. Abby Lane, how's it going?
I'm doing awesome. How are you?
I'm doing great. Especially to have athlete of your caliber here, as you're one of the volleyball factories in the state of Indiana, with Penn having a rich history in volleyball. So, what's kind of your start in this game?
So, I started playing volleyball in the seventh grade at Schmucker. And originally, I was an outside hitter all up until my sophomore year, last year in high school when I switched to Libero. So, that's really where I started.
Okay, so what makes a good Alberto?
I just think having your teammates back, being a friend, being somebody that somebody can always come to, and just know that your teammates can trust you and you know what you're doing.
So what was that kind of that adjustment from seventh grade to travel?
I didn't end up starting travel till my freshman year in high school. So I played for Neva in Elkhart, and I played full travel all my years. And I just think that it's really like giving me exposure to different people from different states has really helped like the competition level and my skill building.
Absolutely. So what's kind of the camp like, especially somebody trying to get recruited in their sport?
Just going at it every single day, being high mentality every day, knowing that I can get better, hold myself to a high standard, I think really pushes me to be a better athlete and wanting to get recruited.
Absolutely. So we talked a little bit off air. What are your three dream schools that you would love to hear from in the next 2 years?
I my number one school right now is the University of Miami. I'd kill to hear from them. University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill would be amazing, and of course, staying at home at Notre Dame was also a big dream of mine. Going to Notre Dame games, sitting in the crowd, just watching the atmosphere would be absolutely amazing.
For sure. So you want to stay home and also want to see what other ACC schools have for you.
Absolutely.
So kind of going through the different goals that you guys have this year in your junior year. Since you're 13-4, what are your kind of expectations with this last month and sectionals being right around the corner?
Just powerhousing through these next few games, especially after coming off an NIC win last year. Big rivalry game against Elkhart coming up next week. We have Adams tomorrow, and then our out of conference we play Mishawaka. We're just trying to connect with our team and make sure we're gonna push through these games to get through sectionals and hopefully on a state run.
For sure. So with Mishawaka, playing them maybe one or two times already in tournaments, what kind of tests are you going to find when you're playing at their place?
I think this year we are actually at home, but a bunch of the girls from their team and a bunch of the girls from our team play Neva together and play club together. So it's friendly fire, but it's also you want to win, get to the point and get that win and keep our record going.
Absolutely. So who are you're kind of marking down with your sectional coming up?
Um, I think we're in with Washington and Laporte after coming off wins with them. I think we're just really hoping to keep our spirits up and keep the competitiveness through the team and push back that and hopefully find Warsaw in regionals and beat them.
Absolutely. So what is kind of your favorite celebration after an ace?
I like to go in and kind of like move my arms like this, kind of dance around, celebrate because an ace doesn't happen all the time. So, and it's kind of a more personal thing when you get an ace for your team. So, I just think high energy celebration is the best thing.
So what are some of the kind of workouts that you guys do in the off season to stay in shape?
So starting in June, right after school ends, we're in the gym at 6 a.m. every day, working hard, grinding, doing workouts, getting the team atmosphere together. And I just think that's one of the reasons why we're so strong this year is because every single girl on the court puts in 110% effort every day at practice. No matter how hard or how easy it is, we're all dialed in and are ready to see what the season holds.
Absolutely. So let's kind of go back to the Chester game. So what are some things coming after you guys didn't lose a set all year and then going to an environment like Chesterton? What are some things you learned from that game?
I think just not letting your guard down. Chesterton does have a few big girls, but I mean, that never stops us from playing our game. We're Penn volleyball. And of course, everybody wants to beat Penn. It's the rivalry school. So I think after coming off that loss, it does make us stronger just because we know what to expect and we know what to prepare for in the next couple games.
Absolutely. So let's kind of talk about that tradition. You have Annie Drew, who has won multiple medals in the Olympics. So, what are some things that kind of put your mind in knowing that you have a rich history in your sport of alumni?
It just really pushes me to, especially since she just did go to the Olympic championship, like seeing her come back and seeing that this was her history and the fact that she experienced what I'm experiencing right now is actually makes me feel really blessed to the point that I could be a part of this program and be on varsity and just have a good time and experience a high school level, especially as high as Penn is, while I can.
Absolutely. And speaking of the gym that you're in, one of the coolest gyms in the state, maybe even in the
Absolutely.
country. So, what's it like playing in that atmosphere? Because we've seen it with basketball, now we're seeing it with volleyball, that you just play in almost every night.
hmm Um, Having that brand new gym, it seats a lot more people than our previous gym did. And it just gives us a lot more opportunity to get out there and get recognized and have our amazing fans come to our gym and support us every Tuesday and Thursday. Just seeing the hard work that we put in and just getting our name out there as Penn Volleyball.
Absolutely. So, kind of getting your name out there. So, what are some things as the leader on the court that you kind of look through and kind of that impacts your game and that impacts the team's game, and how do you get better each game?
I just think having a positive mindset, knowing not everything's going to go your way every single time, but trying your hardest and having a good mentality through it, especially since I am a libero and I'm on the court seeing everything. I just think, and especially helping out my teammates, calling shots, keeping a spirits up on the court is something that would really help, and just having a good mindset.
So, kind of what superstitions or good luck charms do you bring to the court?
So before every single set, when I'm coming in after lineup checks, I have to give everybody a high five. It's just my thing. And I think it's something that everybody knows I'm happy to be on the court. It's a blessing that I get to play volleyball every single day. And I just never take anything for granted. So I think that's something that really pushes me.
So, we kind of talked about a little bit your freshman year, but before you went in travel ball, what was that transition like playing in the high school versus when you were in junior high?
Oh man, it was a high intensity atmosphere. Of course, being a freshman, I was scared of the upperclassmen, but I think just the atmosphere of Penn volleyball and the camaraderie of the teams, they were just so welcoming to me, and the coaches were absolutely amazing. They helped me with whatever I needed, and my skill level just grew and my confidence grew after coming off of that season.
For sure. So, kind of with your junior year almost done, okay, what advice would you have for the underclassmen currently?
Give 110% effort every single day. Anything can be taken away at any time, so just enjoy the experience while you have it because it goes fast.
Absolutely. So, What camps are you looking forward to after the year to kind of get noticed a little bit more than you already kind of have been?
Um, these camps have passed, but in this next upcoming year, I'm really hoping to visit Wisconsin, the University of Oklahoma, Minnesota. I'm really hoping to go to some higher schools to get my name out there across the states.
Okay, sounds like a plan. So let's say, what would your dream NIL deals be when you get to a Division I school?
Oh man. Um, of course I'd love to go on scholarship, but I mean, as long as I get playing time, get better as an athlete, no matter what the circumstance is, if I'm playing under somebody, as long as I'm growing in my volleyball skill and mentally, I am so happy with whatever I get.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, so with the colleges all around looking, so what are some lower level schools that are kind of you would be looking at as well?
Um, Valpo, Lewis, anything around the Indiana Tech. I know a couple of the girls from Neva have, or Manchester. My coach last year, my club year, coaches Manchester volleyball, and I think that'd be something super awesome to jump into if I had the opportunity to do that. But just anything local, smaller, if that's what I get into.
Absolutely. So, what is your favorite part about the volleyball court?
Growing a family. I think everybody and every team that you play with, it's so important to grow a sisterhood and trust each other and get to know each other on a deeper level, no matter what the circumstances. I think that's what I love so much about volleyball is it's created so many of my best friends in my life. And I just don't know honestly where I would be without these friends that I've made on volleyball. So that kind of pushes me throughout my volleyball career to get better and also create friendships.
For sure. So, what are some things that you're thinking about studying?
Um, I don't know. It's a really good question. Honestly, I haven't even thought about that yet. Um, I'm honestly not sure.
I mean, it's a great question. You still got some time to think about it, stuff along those lines.
Mhm.
Um, it's kind of the schools that we would match you with in a
Yeah.
recruitment package. So
hmm
we're kind of seeing where your interests are with
hmm
getting a degree and stuff along those lines, because that's going to last you a lot longer than this game.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
nonetheless, uh, it seems like you have a great future with this, with volleyball. But so, what are the keys for still conference play, still very much in play here, as we still got about a month of the season left? So, what are some of the keys to keep this roll going?
Stay positive, stay knowing what our name is. We are Penn Volleyball and we're gonna play our game no matter what the outcome is in these games. I think just being happy with our performance and being happy with what we've done in the past, I think will really push us through these conference games.
Absolutely. So, what's it kind of like having such a like media presence with Penn, having the ability to have people broadcast your fellow students and have video board and all that stuff before the season, kind of even cutting in practice a little bit?
hmm I think it's awesome getting our name out there, having these people want to come to our games and having the opportunity to get photos taken, getting broadcasted, anything like that. I think is something so special for our program because especially how much it's built our program, getting our name out there, getting people to want to come watch Penn volleyball, play Penn volleyball, just getting the opportunity for that all to be there was such a blessing for us this year.
Absolutely. So, what is kind of your guys' favorite moment with a bus ride or nickname that you've given a teammate?
I think my favorite moment was last year when we beat Elkhart in 5 in our home gym. Our whole football team came, our whole basketball team came, and the atmosphere in our gym was absolutely insane. The crowd was roaring. It was just something so special that I had never experienced before, especially since that year was my first year on varsity, being one of the younger players on the team. It was just something that I've never experienced and that was so special to me and that I honestly will never forget.
Absolutely. So, what are some things that you do, the kind of self care, because that is a pressure situation um,
hmm
year round in one of the biggest gyms and one of the biggest conferences here in the state?
I just think taking care of myself, taking care of my mental self is just so important. And especially like being behind the service line, being in service eve is such like a mental thing. Just knowing and relying on my skill and everything that I do in practice, relying on my coaches and my teammates is something that I actually really do enjoy and that I use to prepare for my mental.
Absolutely. So, uh, here at Regan's Corner, we have this last segment to get to know you a little bit more, Abby.
Mhm.
So, we call it the hot corner, no puns intended here on Regan's Corner. So, what is your go to fast food place?
Oh, Chick-fil-A, especially since we usually go there before our home games and we all get the almost the exact same thing and it's just fueling our bodies per games and it just is my favorite restaurant, so it helps that too.
For sure. Okay, so what is your favorite thing to do to tailgate uh, at a Notre Dame Saturday?
I just love to hang out with my friends. The atmosphere at Notre Dame, everybody's there. I just love being in the presence of everybody, being able to talk to people that I haven't seen in a long time, connecting with my volleyball friends that are there. I just love being in the atmosphere where everybody's at.
Absolutely. So let's see here. Trying to think. Okay, so if you had another sport that was not volleyball, what would it be?
Um, if you count this as a sport, I would probably run track just because in my past I have a history running track. I won my conference in long jump and I won a bunch of my races in the 100 and the 4x1. So I think that's definitely something that I would go back to, or I would play lacrosse, which I also have a history in.
Okay, it's two solid sports. Uh,
Yeah,
so I could tell Olympic hopeful here as all three of your
absolutely.
all three of your sports very much, but nonetheless, uh, with the addition of a pro volleyball league, what are some kind of hopes that that gives you, aspiring college athletes and possibly a pro athlete as well?
Just being at that level is something so amazing, something that not very many people get to do, and getting that chance and the opportunity to be able to do that is such a blessing, and it's such a 1 out of 100 thing that nobody really gets to experience in their life. So just getting to that level is something so amazing and something that people should be very thankful to have.
Absolutely. So, um, again, if University of Miami calls, what would be your best like celly or celebration that you would do as soon as you get that phone call?
I probably would just run around and start screaming. That's something that I've wanted for so long. And if that ended up happening, I would just be over the moon.
Absolutely. So, what is kind of the best kind of like celebration after somebody gets a big time kill or stuff along those lines?
I just love to praise my teammates after they do something good, jump around, maybe push them or something. Just know that they did something good and to be happy for them.
For sure. So, what's the go to TikTok dance?
um, that's a good question. Hmm. I know, well, we don't really do TikTok dances, but a lot of the times on the bus, we sing karaoke, silent karaoke. So we bring a big speaker and a microphone, and we'll play karaoke on the bus to get game ready. And that's just something that I really enjoy with our team that helps us bond. But I don't really think we have a favorite TikTok dance.
Okay, solid, solid. So you're always welcome here at Regan's Corner Sports Network. Just DM us if you want an interview or time or whatever. Uh, Pleasure having you here, and good luck on the rest of your season.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.